Welcome back to Taken 25. I do need to apologize. It's been well over a month since we last spoke. And just been busy around the house. And we also went on family vacation down to Disneyland. I have an interesting story to share near the end of the video, or the middle of the video, about our Disneyland adventure and what went down. And also over the last 30 days, 35 days, 40 days, I kind of had a bit of a change in my business venture. My business partner and I have been running production paramedics over the last 10, 13 years. And just recently, I have taken that venture on myself. So that was a very long process, but it went well, and I wish him all the best. And now Production Paramedics is solely owned by myself. A bit of a plug. Production Paramedics, we do special event standbys up in Canada and construction sites, and also some big movies that come into the Edmonton or Alberta region. We worked on Revenant and recently Jumanji, among many other movies and television shows. Now getting back to Taking Back 25. Things have been going well. Even though over the holidays down in Disneyland, I did have a few cheat meals. With Disneyland's not the easiest place to do ketogenic diet. Just with the cost of the meals and eating out with the family and timing. Tried to do my best, but I finally said, you know what, I'm going to have the odd cheats here and there. And then plus doing kilometers and kilometers of walking every day, I found it wasn't too bad. Got home after a week of holidays. I actually only gained about 2 pounds, which wasn't too bad. Like I said, I tried to follow as well as I could, but I did have some bread with the hamburger buns and so on. But other than that, no alcohol or anything like that. Did quite well. Didn't really do much working out while I was down there. I had planned on doing it, but I just didn't want to wake up the family in the morning of their rest and put everybody off for the rest of the day. We had a great time. Disney, always a good time for our family. We try to get down twice a year if we can, and the kids have basically went from being in the baby seat to all the way to doing California Screamer, I guess the Incredible Coaster it's called now. So it's great to see the transition. Now going back to Taking Back 25, again for anyone who's new, it's just a journey that I'm going to be doing over the next year, which is more closer to 10 months now, of going back, feeling as good and looking as good as I can back to the 25 years of age. So I'm almost 50 next year, September 28th to turn 50 years old. And I'm looking forward to the journey of overall fitness, healthy eating, and like stretching, everything. Trying to get back to the way I felt when I was 25. To be honest with you, I'm not feeling that bad right now. I'm feeling a lot of energy. I feel fit. Don't really have any too big of injuries, a little bit of a nagging shoulder, but that's been going on ever since I was 25 years old. So hopefully maybe I can get that corrected. So anyway, back to the vlogs. Things are going to happen. Taking Back 25 is a go. Going to start doing more videos again, following my routines, diet, taking you on some grocery shopping, showing you my meat choices, my vegetable choices, and also on who I follow on YouTube, who give me inspiration, and also just day-to-day light activities. I'm a shift worker, so it can be a little bit up and down with when I can do videos, when I can't. I'm going to try my best, and these kind of schedules everybody has. So working around family, we'll see how this goes. And I want to hear from everybody out there that's going through the same change, wanting to feel young again, feeling young, looking young. And just because we're almost 50 or in the 40s doesn't mean we have to feel that way. And I think nowadays it's doable for so many of us if we just follow the routine and get on it. So let's talk about this Disney experience I had. Again, wonderful time. One night, November 1st, I was with my family, and the phone rings, and it's New York calling. And when I get calls from New York, California, Arizona, I do like to take these calls as it can be anybody. So especially in the movie industry, I don't want to miss an opportunity. So I answered the phone, and then the gentleman asked if this is Ian Cam, who worked on Jumanji. And I said, yes, I did work on Jumanji. And right away, I'm like, okay, what happened? What's going on? And the gentleman's name, again, very loud at Disneyland. Couldn't really hear. My phone was on 3G connection. I have roller coasters going on in the background. So tried to hear as well as I could. I missed his name, but he goes, oh, this is so-and-so from $7 Productions. And right away I'm thinking, okay, Dwayne Johnson's production company. Yes, he was on Jumanji. Maybe more work coming on, or actually what happened. So gentleman goes, I have somebody who wants to talk to you from Disney. And again, red flags going on. Okay, something going on, what happened, or is a new production coming in, what's happening? And he goes on, I want you to look up who you're going to talk to. I'm going to be putting you through to Dana Walden. Dana Walden, I'm not too sure. I don't follow the industry that closely. So he goes, take the opportunity. It's going to take me 3 minutes to put you through. Look her up. You want to know who you're talking to. So during the dead time being put through, I look her up on Google, and I see Dana Walden. She works for Disney Television, was Warner Brothers before, so pretty high up person in Disney. Right away, I'm again thinking, what's happening? We have done a movie recently with Disney up in Calgary, and just kind of wondering what's happening. So she gets on the phone, and she goes, is this Ian Cam who worked on Jumanji? And of course, I say yes, and because that's who I am. And she goes, I was going through the crew list and the headshots, and I saw your picture, and I said, right away, that guy needs to be an actor. And I'm like, set back, really didn't know what to say, chuckled a little bit, and she goes, would you be interested? I'm pretty sure I said, sure. As the conversation went on, she goes, it'll be a huge life change. Are you interested? Have you ever done any acting? And in my 20s, I did take acting in college along with psychology, and I loved it. Did quite well at it, and I did a production in college, and I loved it. But I had to make the decision on where to go. And she goes, well, why did you stop? And I said, well, being up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, the options aren't really there. So I kind of gave up the dream and got into the medical field, and history has it, I've been a paramedic and / now fireman for quite a while. So she kind of keeps going on, start talking about some productions and how big of a life challenge it's going to be. And my mind is racing. I'm going 100 miles an hour and just trying to actually walk around and find a quiet spot that I can actually hear her well. Again, my phone was disrupting. It was like going through a tunnel, roller coasters, people around me, and again, just over too much information too quickly coming my way. So to make things short, phone conversation ended about 9 minutes later. We discussed about talking the next day, and I kind of felt a little off when that kind of came up. Feeling, did I miss something? But I did have to get going. I couldn't hear her, and we discussed a time that was good for me, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, being a Saturday. And she goes, yeah, I'll call you tomorrow, 10 o'clock. That sounds good. We were flying out later on Saturday, and I was hoping to talk with her beforehand. So I get off the phone in a fog, and I find my wife over another part of Disney, and we meet up, and I kind of tell her what happened. Unreal phone conversation. So we end the day in Disney. Everything's kind of going. We get it back to the hotel room. I researched Dana Walden a little bit better, and I watched an interview with Dana Walden, and I'm like, that's the voice I was talking to, 100%. If it wasn't, if someone's pulling a prank, who knows? Dead on. Voice was perfect if that was the case. So I'm kind of excited. I kind of verified with the interview I watched of her. That's the person I was talking to. So long story short, tomorrow comes, no phone call. She's a busy lady, let it go, kind of see what happens. Not much of sleep, tried to stay focused. Next week, no phone call. Let it go a little bit longer, kind of tried to keep this all to myself, didn't share with coworkers and really anybody. And a week and a half goes by, I'm not really sleeping, on my mind, what's going to happen? Is this the route I want to take? Really, is this going to happen? Don't, all this stuff. And it goes by, I haven't heard from her. So I kind of realized, okay, reach out to her, try and reach out to her, knowing I'm probably not going to talk to her, but maybe an assistant. And so I did talk to Disney. Got through, seemed like they verified who I was and my story, and I left a message with her assistant as she was unavailable. Totally understand. Disney Plus is coming out, and someone that high up in Hollywood is definitely gonna have busy days. So again, left my message, didn't really hear back. Long story short, I reached out a few times, kind of got to the point, it is what it is, and I feel pretty much the opportunity has come and gone. So now, high, down to a low, and now I'm kind of going, you know what? Interesting story to tell for the rest of my life. Opportunity missed? Maybe. But back to life, shift work, being a paramedic, fireman, and actually getting back onto taking back 25, where my focus was before my holidays to begin with. Really want to make this work, so I'm back. Videos are going to start coming back up. Going to talk about the food, healthy choices, workouts, all that kind of stuff. And I want to create a conversation with my followers. Hopefully the followers get a little higher. I know it's going to take time, but taking back 25 is a go. Sorry for my long-winded story, but I had to share it and hopefully understand why my direction went a little to the right over the last month and a half. And I'm back. So again, I've been doing quite well for the last month and a half. I'm still going strong. Now it's getting back to documenting, sharing my story and my journey through the next 10 months. And hopefully hearing from you and taking it into the direction that all of us on this journey can succeed, taking back 25. Till then, promise you another video this week and some of my macros, and we'll go from there. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care.